been in such a big mood to have a coconut water mocktail.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to another, I was about to say another Pride Month. Happy Pride Month.
Hi, gay.
Welcome back to another weekend vlog. It is Saturday. It is already 5 o'clock. The day kind of got away from me. I had a very stressful work week, and I think today my brain decided that it needs the whole day to just decompress and rot a little bit. Also having a heat wave, or I guess summer is finally here. So my body is a bit discontent as it is. That's also the reason my hair is just big and frizzy. I've sort of given up. I washed it last night and the humidity is so high that I can't really do anything with it. So it is what it is. I have a nice decaf latte. And I thought we could quickly talk about some books. Books that I am currently reading. First of all, I am reading Ghost Stories by Siri Hustvedt. I love Siri Hustvedt. I studied Siri Hustvedt at university, and when I was teaching at university later on, I also included her novel The Blindfold in one of my syllabus. Syllabi? Is that the plural of syllabus? It might be. Which I highly recommend. The Blindfold, the novel, especially during a heat wave, especially if you live in a city during a heat wave. And I'm just thinking about rereading The Blindfold. I might do that. Anyway, currently I'm reading Ghost Stories. This is a memoir, and it mainly deals with the passing of her husband, another very famous author, Paul Auster. You might know this if you are into books and reading and literature. This book, I was waiting for this book to come out because I had seen the newest documentary on her, which is connected to this memoir. And I was just very interested in reading about her dealing with this loss. The book also heavily reminds me of Joan Didion's The Year of Magical Thinking, another book where a female author is writing about her husband dying. Maybe this is my brand of book. Female authors that I look up to who write about their partners passing. Is that a niche? Is that a niche I can occupy? Anyway, the Siri Hustvedt book is fantastic, which I expected. I expected it to be fantastic. I have to say I'm reading it rather slowly because it is quite sad. I'm not even halfway through. I picked this up when I went to Amsterdam with my friend Rebecca. We went there to see Harry Styles. And as I've said, I had waited for this book to come out, and the German version was already out because she did her book tour in Germany first, I believe. So the publishers decided to publish the German edition first, the translation. And I didn't want to read that. I wanted to read the original. So I had to wait for this book to come out. And then it was on my shopping list for my book shopping in Amsterdam, which books in the Netherlands are so expensive. What do you even mean? This book was 33 euros at Waterstones. That's insane. I'm glad that I finally got my hands on it, and I'm glad I can finally read it, but as I've said, making my way through it rather slowly, which is fine. And then for my nighttime routine, I am reading on my Kindle, which is super dusty. I'm reading Elsie Silver's new book, Fever Dream. So a nice cowboy romance to fall asleep to, which was my whole thing last summer. So I think I'm getting back into the routine of reading a cowboy romance before falling asleep. But now I also want to start on my summer reading. I have a list of books that I would like to get to this summer, and I think I might do a separate. Why am I holding my hands like this? I'm praying. I'm praying to the summer reading gods and goddesses. No, I think I might do a separate video on my summer reading TBR because I love watching those. So I might give you my version of it. Also, I have to start my summer reading because I'm going to the pool tomorrow and I need a book I can bring with me. Don't really want to bring the Siri Husvet one because I don't want it to get wet or anything. So I have to choose a new book. Luckily, some of my summer TBRs are already at home with me, so I can just pick one from my bookshelf. And I'm so excited to go to the pool. It's my favorite summer activity. And I'm meeting up with my friend Max, and we're going in the morning as soon as the pool opens. We'll be there, and so will be the whole neighborhood. I remember last year I had to queue for almost an hour to get in. So let's see what it's like tomorrow morning. But either way, I'm very excited. This morning we took Remy out for her walk super early because it is so hot and we don't want her to having to go for a walk in the heat. So we got up super early to take her outside, which worked perfectly. It was actually raining this morning, which was quite nice. And I had a coffee that I brought with me, and we just went on a long walk, which was lovely. And I didn't do much else today, to be honest. I tried to take a nap because I didn't sleep that well last night, but for some reason I couldn't fall asleep. So I did do a food shop, and I am planning on cooking something tonight. I already made a nice big salad for lunch today, which I will be having throughout the next days. But tonight I want to cook this pasta dish that I saw on Taylor Tippett's YouTube video. And then we will continue to watch The Last of Us. We started 2 weeks ago because I am very, very, very deep in my Pedro Pascal obsession, and I'm trying to consume everything that he's in. And luckily, Chris was also interested in watching this series. So we started it, and now we took a little break. And if you don't want to be spoiled, just skip a few seconds. Because we had to take a break because Pedro Pascal's character dies in the second episode of the second season. And I was like, okay, so I'm done. So I'm not watching anymore. It's New Moon all over. I remember when I read New Moon when I was 18. I was 18. I remember this. I was 18. I was on a trip with my godmother. We were going to England and we were on the ferry and we slept on the ferry for one night and I was reading New Moon and I was getting to the part where Edward leaves and I completely stopped reading the book for maybe 2 or 3 months. So yeah, apparently I feel very passionate about male main characters leaving or dying in this case. But I want to continue the series and I want to finish the series because Bella Ramsey, who plays Ellie, is also amazing and I want to see where the story goes. I think it will be quite violent from this point on. The last episode was so violent, I couldn't. It was. Please. Joel Miller, I miss you. Anyway, yeah, that's the plan for today. I'm not leaving the house anymore except for taking Remy out later tonight. But otherwise, I'll just stay inside and then tomorrow I will conquer the heat by going to the pool.
I wanted to properly close out this video. It's actually already Friday again. I couldn't film anymore on Monday when I got home after I took Remy on a little adventure, because we have so much construction work going on at the moment at the house that I can't film during the week, basically. So I had to wait until today, until all of the builders left, and now I can close out the video. I think you saw in some footage that I decided to read Giovanni's Room by James Baldwin. I had been saving this for summertime. We originally planned to read this in book club, but we didn't end up reading it for some reason. I can't actually remember why. But even then, I decided to save it for summer because a lot of people told me that this is the perfect summer book, and this is also #1 on my summer TBR. I think I mentioned this already. I will film a whole video on my summer TBR. Yeah, but that's it. I just, as I've said, wanted to properly close out this video and not just cut it off somewhere. I'm actually starting another weekend vlog right now, so you'll be seeing me again soon. And I can't wait. So see you next time. Thank you so much for watching. As always, give the video a like. Also subscribe to the channel. And yeah, see you soon. Bye.